The reason you are feeling unhappy, the reason you are feeling stuck, is about your mind is not aligning with your actions. But first of all, we also need to find out what our mind is, what are we thinking, what are some of our real thoughts without our family around, without our friends around, without our lovers around, without all of them. Imagine we are all alone, we are an individual. As a human being, as an individual, what do you value and what do you live for? And actually it's pretty different from about what do you live for and what is something that is icing on the cake for you. For example, do you live for a high paid job, or is just something icing on the cake for you? I mean, if that's the case, it means it's just nice for you, but you don't live for that. So for example, when considering a job, what is something that is most important for you? A good salary, or a friendly working environment, or to be able to have a lasting career, or company cultures, etc. I think a lot of times we get confused about what is something that we truly want, that we live for, and what is something that just icing on the cake. Because when it's something icing on the cake, we all want it more and more. The more the better. Like a fancy house, a fancy car, and a nice looking appearance. I mean, who don't want that, right? It's nice to have those things, but maybe they're not the things that we live for, that we fight for. Because I don't know about you guys, but for me, I recently found out what I live for. I live for love, I live for pure connections, I live for feelings, and a slow life, to be able to feel the things around me. But I still got bills to pay. I'm aware of that. So my point is, when we truly figure out what we want deep down, there's a saying I really like recently, like, if you know what you live for, you can bear any life. It means if you know what you want, not because anyone's opinions, not because your parents or your friends or your loved ones tell you what to do, but because you truly want that, then you could bear any life, because you knew at the end of the day there's idealism in your mind, in your heart, so that you don't live for those bullshit jobs and tedious tasks. You don't live for that. It's just a tool for you to pay your bills, to keep your life running, but it's not something make your soul, your spirit feeling alive. That's the difference. So I recently realized that it is very, very essential to figure out what are things that is for you to fight, to live. And or let me put it in a simple way, what are things that you feel when you are doing it, or even when you imagine doing it, you feel alive? And what are the things that you feel it would be nice to have it? It would be nice to have those things, like for example like a Chanel bag. It would be nice to have a Chanel bag, I wouldn't say no, but am I the kind of person that I'm willing to spend my salary on a bag, or just it's if I got a gift, if I got a Chanel bag as a gift, yeah, it would be nice, I would love that. But would I spend my salary, maybe my 1 month salary, on a Chanel bag? Maybe not, probably not, of course not. Why would I? But I know there are some people, they would spend their salary on a Chanel bag because they like it, they love it, and I respect that. It just means that we have different opinions, we have different mindsets. It's totally fine because you feel good with a Chanel bag and you're willing to spend your money on it. So why not? It's just we are all different. We have different needs. This is all we got. This why human beings is beautiful. Yeah. So maybe take some time to reflect what are things that makes you feel alive, and what are the things that make you this just why not for you.